Going to show you how to open a document in Google Docs and how to format it in MLA format. So you're looking at Google right now. So I'm going up here to get all of the Google applications, and I'm going to move down where it says more. And now I see Docs. So I click on Docs, and I'm just going to open a blank document. I click on the plus sign, and here is my document. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the fonts here. If you look, you see it says Arial. That's not the font we want for MLA format. So I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to select Times New Roman. Then I'm going to go to font size, and I'm going to move it from 11 to 12. That's the font size we want. Then the next item I'm going to do is I'm going to double space the document. I can do this by moving over here on the toolbar, and you see the lines, you see the arrow up and down, and you see it says line spacing. I click on that and I go down to double. So I select double spacing. Then the last preliminary step is going to be, I'm going to add a header and page numbers. So this way the computer will automatically number my pages. So I go to Format. Actually, nope. I go to Insert, then I move down to Header and Page Number. I move to Page Number, and I select where I see the page number in the top right corner, and I want it to be starting on the first page. So I select this one right here. So I select it. Now I have my page number. Now the only thing I need to do is I need to type my last name in front of the page number. So I'm going to just put here last name, and of course whatever your last name is, that's what you'll type, and then I'll enter a space, and now my header is finished. So I just click anywhere in the document. Now the header is done. Now the computer will automatically number my pages and place my last name on every page. Now the last thing I'm going to do before I start typing is I think I'm going to give this document a different name, and I'm going to call it MLA format, since this is what I'm talking to you about here. All right, so now I have a new document title. I don't want all of my documents to be without name. That way it's much harder to find it later. So now I'm ready to type. Now I have to create the header of my document. MLA format follows a certain design. So in the top left corner, I start typing my first name, space, last name. Please remember to capitalize your first name and your last name. Then I hit enter, then comes the teacher name. So in this case, that would be me, Mrs. Byrne. Then enter, then you would type the class name. If you are earning credits for English 9 this summer, then you would type English 9. If you know it's first or second semester, you could put English 9A, that would be first semester. English 9B would be second semester. During the school year, you would type English 9, comma, period 1, period 2, period 3, because your teacher probably teaches English during multiple periods. Then the last line in your header here is the date, and the date has to follow a certain format. I start with the day, then space, then I have to type the month as a word, space, and the year. Now I hit enter. Now comes my title. I want my title to be centered. So I come up here where you see these different lines and it says align. Right now, everything aligns on the left side of your document. Now the title, we want it to be centered. So we click here and we select where the lines are all centered. And it says center align. So I select that. Now the computer perfectly aligns it for me. So I'm going to say my essay on how to type in MLA format. You notice that I capitalized all of the important words, but I did not capitalize little unimportant words like on and to and in. Now I hit enter. Now I want the rest of my essay to be left aligned. So I go back up here, I click on the arrow, and I go back to left align. Now I'm ready to type my first essay, not my first essay, my first paragraph. And you might know that every new paragraph has to be indented. That means the first line of each new paragraph, you have to move in some spaces. Now you don't want to do that by hand and count the spaces. On your keyboard, you can simply do this with the tab key. So once you hit the tab key, the cursor moves in just the right amount of spaces. So now I am ready to, ready to start typing. As you can see, I am not the fastest typist, I should say, but I do my very best. Okay, just a few notes before we're done here. When I got to the end of my first line, I did not need to push enter. The computer does that automatically for you. So don't feel that you need to hit enter when you get to the back, when you get to the end of your first line. Don't hit enter. The computer will do it for you. And then you can see the second line automatically aligns on the left. Okay, also don't forget to use a period at the end of each sentence. The period is immediately next to the word. After the period follows a space. Now, the beautiful thing is in Google Docs, all changes are saved in your drive. So it automatically saves because it's all online based. So now in your Google Drive, you have a document that is called MLA format. So if I open up a new tab, I'm here looking at Google, I go to my apps and I just go and look for where my documents are, and I open up documents. Now you will see that the very last document I worked on is sitting right here under recent documents, and it's called MLA format, and I can open it. All right, I think that's where I'll stop for today. Take care. Bye.